Hello, everyone. My name is Himanshu Talwar, and we are back again with the PlayStation Enthusiast Podcast. I am joined today by Josh Brant.
It's been too long, man. What's going on?
I have no idea. We just kind of disappeared off the face of the planet. It's disturbing. It's irregular. Actually, you know what? It is regular at this point, not irregular. We apologize profusely to anyone who was waiting for the podcast, but quite frankly, if you were waiting for the podcast, maybe you should look into your priorities in life and figure out kind of what you care
They're just
about and why
like
you
constantly refreshing. Like, where are these guys?
Where are these random 4 people on the internet who have no fan base? Where are they?
Hey, man. We have a few loyal listeners. Per Brett.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, we aim to please. So thank you for checking us out. If you do, we are
Yes, thank you very
sincerely
much.
grateful.
But yeah, we've been gone for a while. I guess we kind of have some explaining to do as to why. And so let me start it off by saying, quite frankly, I don't know. I just don't know what happened.
You were in your little cove with your Hatsune Miku plush, just holding it tightly, just praising the game that came out. That's it.
So, I mean, like, I feel like when I'm not here, like, okay, to be fair, I disappeared for like 3 weeks.
Literally, you were just gone.
I was gone. No one could find me. No one could text me. Like, I was just gone. And that is my fault, and I apologize for that. But I feel like you guys should have been able to do the podcast without me. But I think whenever I left, you guys were just like, "All right, well, fuck Himanshu's not here, so we're not gonna do this shit."
Dude, you're the driving force behind this. This show should be named after you.
Yes.
Right?
Himanshu's podcast. I like there's a ring to
Himanshu's PlayStation Podcast. Got to leave that pause in there.
In any case, again, if you're a loyal listener and you were worried about us, you were worried about my health, you thought I was dead, I just died of like diabetes or something. Well, I'm sorry.
Malaria.
I'm so sorry that I left you waiting. And I guess there's really nothing else for me to do except move on with the show, right? So, if you don't know, this is a podcast we do every single week. We record it about sometimes at the end of the week, and then we put it up on Thursday, and then you listen to it, and then you tell us what you feel about it. And this week, it is episode number 14.5. Now, why is it 14.5, Himanshu? Someone asks.
Why?
In the distance. Well, it's because we missed episode 13. And so to catch up
it just
and correct our numbers. Yeah, we just didn't do episode 13. So that's to correct our numbers, I made it 14.5, and then next week will be 15, and that will be the right number.
We also don't have our usual 3-person cast. It's just us 2, but don't worry if you're missing Mario or Brett. They should be on another episode, but for now, we got the reins right now, so we're just going to go with the show, and wherever it goes down this hellhole of randomness, you can follow with us.
Right on.
And love it.
So, back in the day, we used to start the podcast with the news, but I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit, you know? I'm going to like DJ Primo, you know what I mean? The hip-hop heads know what I'm talking about. So I think I'm going to ask you, Brett, what were you playing during the time in which we disappeared?
You are so rusty. You just call me Brett, man.
I mean Josh.
Dude, come on, man.
I'm sorry, dude.
How could you put me down like that, man? I have wet dreams about
Brett. Brett is just always on my mind, dude. Like, I mean, have you seen him? He looks like he's from fucking Black Veil Brides.
9 Inch Nails, yeah. Well, not 9 Inch Nails. He'd take offense to that. You've been watching him on his go over to our YouTube channel. He's been doing a lot of videos with what game should be a Vita and other things like that. So he keeps that channel running pretty well. We're just random guys that do this podcast, but yeah.
Yeah, basically.
But you're asking what I've been playing?
Yeah, what the fuck have you done in the past 6 weeks, dude?
Okay, 6 weeks. How can I even hit on all this? I mean, I don't even remember what I played. I think I'm just gonna give you. This month I killed it on reviews. I was going crazy. My insomnia. I have insomnia, so I don't sleep that much. It doesn't really affect me during the day, thank God, but it really helps when I'm playing games, and that's why I love playing video games. And I'm going to bring up 3 games that I reviewed. Well, I didn't review the one, but I just love it. First, I played Inside. That recently just came out. It's by Playdead, the guys that made Limbo, which is also a fantastic game. But this game, man, Himanshu, I don't know if you played it yet or
not yet.
Even looked into it. Yeah, it's definitely worth getting. Even for the price tag, $20. I mean, it's just 3 or 4 hours. But I mean, that's the only real gripe. And that's really not a complaint because I think the game conveys what it's trying to convey really well in 3-4 hours. And yeah, I can't really say much without spoiling it. So it's just take my word for it. It's in my game of the year contention, no doubt. It's like an upgraded Limbo. It looks a lot better. There's more mystery behind it. The puzzles are more thought out. It's pretty much the awesome experience. Another game I played, Abzu, that came out earlier, and it's been comparable to Journey, which is accurate. It's not up to the caliber of Journey, but for my purpose, it really connected with me. I actually played it with my kids, and they got just as much enjoyment out of it as I did because it's pretty much an underwater swimming exploration title, but with beautiful movements and graphics. And yeah, it was just a great experience. I mean, it actually has like the info on the fish, like you can go into a Zen-like period. You can ride different fish. This game really makes me want to have an open world, just huge underwater exploration game. Like, that would be so awesome. Like, I never really thought about that as a game I would want to play, but just think, if you could go to the top of the ocean, you're just in the middle of nowhere, go all the way down, just explore, be perfect. And this game sort of opened my eyes to that, and yeah, it's definitely worth the money. And then finally, there's a sale going on the PSN right now. It's the Innovator sale, and I purchased The Witness. And let me just say, this is a special game, Himanshu. This one I wasn't expecting because I'm not the biggest puzzle fan. I like certain games with puzzles. The Talos Principle, that's another great game. If you haven't played it, check it out. But man, it's actually bringing my family together. My wife doesn't play many video games, but she loves watching. She's not very good at playing games, but she loves watching us trying to figure out these puzzles. It's a transcendent moment. It's one of those games that just doesn't come around very often. And I give all the credit to Jonathan Blow, what he did. And yeah, I love that game. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do, but if you have the money, go ahead and buy it. It's definitely worth every penny. And yeah, there's been other games like Attack on Titan. I reviewed that. I'm a big Dynasty Warriors fan, so I already had a little bias liking that genre, and it's pretty awesome. You take the Dynasty Warriors formula, fill it with giants, propel everywhere. Like, it almost feels as good as like Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, and that game had a lot of praise back in the day. But yeah, it hits on all the right beats on Attack on Titan, so I really enjoyed that too. And there's just been too much, but those are the big titles. So
cool.
Yep.
Yeah. You mentioned The Witness. The Witness is one of those games where I try to vote with my wallet. I think Jonathan Blow is a condescending asshole, and so yeah. I decided to not purchase his games. And I know The Witness gets tons of praise. I know. I'm sure it's a fantastic game. Braid was a good game too, but quite frankly, Jonathan Blow can go himself, and I wouldn't care.
My goodness. Whoa. That's
there's
reserved
two
for the other guy.
There's literally only two game developers. Yeah, exactly. Phil Fish and Jonathan Blow can go fuck off, and that's absolutely fine.
Phil Fish can. Yeah, he can go somewhere else off the planet. But John Blow, I think he's just so intellectual that he doesn't know what to do with himself. Like literally,
there are a lot of smart people in the world, and like Jonathan Blow makes video games. So, like, okay, if you want to compare yourself to like Elon Musk or Stephen Hawking, you can, get the fuck out. You make video games for a living. You're not, God on Earth. Like, relax.
Yeah, Braid was awesome, but I didn't think it was as great as it was hyped out to be. But
like Limbo came out in the same time period. Super Meat Boy came out in the same time period, and it's like everyone always points to Braid, but it's like Limbo was a way better game in my opinion. Super Meat Boy was obviously showed like the peak of arcade gaming. So I don't know. If you like Jonathan Blow, you like Jonathan Blow. If you don't, then you just don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that share your sentiment, and it's right. You're right. He's been condescending in a lot of ways, but I don't judge it on the person. It's like with Konami. They're dicks pretty much as far as what happened with Kojima, but still people are going to find a way to buy the new like Metal Gear game that's coming out, even though Kojima has nothing to do with it. But yeah, I just go for the experience, and The Witness is just, I can't believe how good it is. Like I wasn't expecting to be as pulled into it as I am with how crafty the puzzles are. But I understand your sentiment. Vote with your wallet.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do.
As for what I played, the list is not very extensive compared to yours. Wow. But I played a couple games here and there. I bought Overwatch.
Yes.
Finally. I bought Overwatch
on
PC. Where all my friends are playing it. And I love it. It's taking me away from League of Legends. And that is the best thing ever. That's the best thing I could have asked for. An excuse to stop playing League of Legends.
That's it. Man, that game is awesome. I love it.
And honestly, like anecdotally, I don't want to because I don't know any numbers, but anecdotally, I feel like a lot of League of Legends players have moved away from the game, especially for Overwatch. Like when the game came out, we noticed a dramatic decrease. Like me and my friends noticed a dramatic decrease in the level, like the quality of play that our teammates were showing, in the amount of games. Like the queue time we would have is like almost 10 times as long now as it used to be. So
yeah,
it feels like Overwatch is just consuming the competitive gaming market, and it's consumed me too, and I love it. So
yeah,
people who know me know that I don't like FPS games because I'm not very good at them, but I feel like I can still hold my own in Overwatch because I'm pitted up against players who are in my skill level. It doesn't feel like Call of Duty where if I go into multiplayer in Call of Duty, I just get shit on. But in Overwatch, like there's actual MMR, and you're getting games that actually feel competitive as opposed to, other shooters.
Same reason. I echo your sentiments completely. That like I'm not good at competitive online shooters, but I can be whatever I want in Overwatch and feel like I'm contributing. And yeah, I'm so glad you bought it because that's definitely a game of the year contender.
Yeah. As for other games that I played, I'll just go through the games that I didn't like really quickly. Song of the Deep, I thought was garbage. Gone Home, I tried that. I thought it was garbage. Adrift, I tried that. I thought it was specifically made for VR and not a game you should be playing without a VR headset on.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it for the garbage games. I played I Am Setsuna.
That was sweet.
Good. it's
It's
just
good.
good.
Is it worth? It's so it's just good. It's more RPG goodness, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's like I'm glad that I played it now because Final Fantasy 15 is delayed. Otherwise, like I
Yeah.
would have been
Oh,
really
jeez.
craving an RPG.
Yeah. Don't even go there.
But I feel like it's not like, you know, one of the best RPGs I've ever played in my life. The story is kind of just meh. The gameplay is kind of meh because it's like super easy on like only the last few bosses are challenging, and even then like you just use a gimmick and get through. um
Yeah.
so the game is super easy. Like I posted that video to Twitter, and like I was just one-shotting mobs, and like halfway through the game I wasn't like grinding or anything. I was just like one-shotting everyone, and that like it's cool for a while, but you kind of don't want to feel that way for the whole game.
Right.
But Setsuna is just like that. um I played One Way Trip. There's a review. I'm writing a review for that right now. One Way Trip is a game that came out this week. Actually, it's
Dude, that looks
basically
so trippy.
it is so
Looks
weird.
insane.
It's so weird. Um, I was worried going into it. Like, I was really worried that it was going to be really pretentious, but it's not. It's like so weird. It's so weird and so off-putting that even if there is a little bit of like pretentious sort of writing in it, you won't be able to tell because you're just constantly trying to figure out what's happening. Um, I don't know, Josh, if you smoke weed or if it's legal in your state. Don't do anything illegal. If you're listening to this, we don't condone breaking the law. But I would highly recommend playing this game high as fuck.
To put it bluntly, yes.
Yeah. But again, we do not condone doing anything illegal. If you are caught doing something illegal, PlayStation Enthusiast is not
Is
responsible.
not held responsible. Right. Don't come to us with your money, okay?
Exactly.
Asking for money. Because we have none.
We have nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yes. That's I played this game on PC. I want to mention it really quickly because it's kind of like a hot button topic. The police brutality in the US is kind of getting insane.
It is.
In the midst of all of that, This Is the Police comes out, which is like I think it's European developed, but it's like kind of a commentary on how police is run, and it's just like this strategy sim game where you have to send cops to like certain so let's say there's a break-in and you have to send like assign some cops to it and then send it, and then like other stuff happens and there's the mafia and then and you have to kind of like control this whole city, and like you're the police chief.
Whoa.
And you have to control all of it. It's super, super cool. It's a really interesting concept. Very good commentary. It doesn't beat you over the head with an answer. So it's not like saying, oh, this is who you should blame. Fuck the police. Or like, oh, the Black Lives Matter is wrong or whatever. It doesn't tell you anything. It's just like, this is what we think police stations are like. This is what we feel like the job of a police chief is. You are now that, and just live it. And how do you feel now?
Dude, that's an awesome idea.
Yeah, it's super cool, and it came out like it's kind of eerie, the timing of it coming out.
It is.
But that's
great. Probably why it did come out.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's on Steam. It's not like really graphically intense, so if you could probably run it on a laptop. Yeah, it's great. Go play This Is the Police.
It'll never come to PlayStation platforms, probably.
Definitely never going to come to PlayStation.
So play it on PC.
Yeah. Let me check my Steam library if I've played anything else.
Yeah, there's...
I'm
still continuing down the Witcher path, too.
I am which I'm reviewing God Eater 2 Rage Burst for Gaming Enthusiast.
Sweet.
And I guess this kind of just like goes in tandem with a PS4 or I think it's on Vita.
Yeah, it is on Vita.
It's just like a remastered PSP game, and it looks worse than Type 0, so I don't really know.
Really?
The game is really obtuse. It's very Japanese. It's like kind of Monster Hunter-y, but the game doesn't look really good. Like earlier this year, was it earlier this year or late last year? I reviewed a game called Earth Defense Force, where it's just like the Dynasty Warriors of whatever.
I reviewed the one for the PS4, and yeah, it's pretty much
it's like
Dynasty Warriors with ants, giant ants.
It's like that graphical level, which was like late PS2, early PS3 ish.
Yeah, it was ugly.
I'm playing this on PC, and I'm just like, I don't know, like this just doesn't. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right. But it's been getting like kind of fan praise.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing, so I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. I am still only a couple hours in, so I got my code like yesterday. I have to keep playing it. I'm gonna keep playing it, and I'm gonna have a review up on Gaming Enthusiast. So look out for that.
Sweet.
What you guys don't realize is that we actually just disconnected, and now we're back through the magic.
Back again.
Through the magic of computers. Yay! Go computers.
Boo computers. Until I buy a nice new one. then it'll be yay.
So yeah, those are the games we played. Now let's get right into the news. I feel like I stole that from someone. Is it Keemstar that I stole it from? I think so.
No, I think you stole it from sounded like Greg Miller.
I have no idea. Like here's the thing. Monkeys and typewriters, right? Like there are so many fucking YouTubers now that I don't think there's anything original to be said anymore. Honestly.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So yeah.
Everybody has to have a station.
Exactly. So the first piece of news is the new PS Plus games for September. Yay, PS Plus. And by the way,
do we have a good month?
It's all right. If you haven't heard yet, PS Plus is getting a $10 price hike in the North Americas. So enjoy that.
Does that mean we're matched up with you now?
Nope, we get $10 more.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't feel as bad.
So yeah.
But that doesn't come. But I was going to say that doesn't come into effect until September 22nd. So if you're looking to buy
PS Plus, now is the best time.
Yeah, now is the best time.
Or you can do like what me and Brett do, where we just buy 3-month passes, and then skip months that have really bad games. Saves you money.
Yeah. Those are going up too, though, so just keep that in mind.
That's true. Anyway, for September, here are the games you're getting. Lords of the Fallen for PS4. Journey for PS4 and PS3. Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands for PS3. Datura for PS3. Badland for PS Vita, PS4, and PS3. And Amnesia Memories for PS Vita. Kind of a mediocre list. Amnesia Memories is a pretty good visual novel for PS Vita. I don't imagine very many people give a flying fuck about a visual novel on PS Vita.
You know what's funny? I reviewed that game.
Oh yeah,
for PlayStation Enthusiast.
I think we had this conversation. We've had this conversation already, and
we have.
It's actually a fairly decent game. Like honestly,
it was. It was.
It's a little off-putting because so if you don't know, Amnesia Memories, you're playing as the woman in a reverse harem, which is basically like these guys are fawning over you and you get to choose which guy you want to date.
Yep, pretty much. You get to live that fantasy. We've all had it. So
exactly. I got it because I heard it was a really easy platinum. Oh, so that's something that PS Plus users can look forward to. It's an easy platinum. I got it because of that, and then I actually kind of liked the story. So haven't finished it yet, but I'll get back to it someday. But yeah, Amnesia Memories is pretty good. Journey, obviously critically acclaimed. I think you're gonna see a lot of people on Twitter this month especially saying, oh, Journey's overrated, no. But it was like a time and place thing. Just play it. You're not going to get it at this point, honestly. And that's fine. You don't need to get it. But just understand that Journey is more than what even media say it is. It's a Journey to me is a lens in which PlayStation gamers can look at everything they're fucking missing on PC. Journey is the perfect embodiment of everything PC gamers can see on a daily basis that PlayStation gamers get to see once every 10 years. That's what Journey is.
You are really putting down like you're saying that any PC game is like can be like Journey.
I'm not saying any PC game is like Journey. I'm just saying that there are, for every Journey on PlayStation, there are 100 Journeys on PC. Like that emotionally charged experience, that kind of like, is this a game? Is this not a game? Like this stuff happens all the time on PC, and it's been happening for the past 15, 20 years now. And like, to me, Journey is the first window for console gamers to see that side of gaming, where that side of gaming has kind of been like it's been like hidden from everyone for so long, and then Journey is kind of like the first peak for console gamers to see like that kind of emotional experience, or that kind of existential experience that you can have with video games.
Yeah. I think it's, for me personally, it was a lot more when I played it. It's a game I'll never probably play again, but the experience, it's just, you have to experience it. It, like you said, it's one of those once in a lifetime games that for you say comes every 100 times for every once on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But still, it's a great game.
So it's really important for PlayStation gamers to play it, because that's when, like, the way you feel about Journey is the defining feature in which you can find out what type of gamer you are. If you like Journey, try to delve into a little bit of PC games. You'll find a lot of stuff kind of, you'll like it. You'll like this sort of ecosystem where people can just be creative and share things like that.
He's back.
I'm back. Anyway, so Journey. Play Journey. And if you don't like Journey, then you're probably a AAA console gamer. Which, I mean, you can be whatever gamer you want. Play games the way you want to play. If you just want to play Call of Duty and Madden, that's absolutely fine. Play Call of Duty and Madden. No one is mad at you. But at least give it a shot.
Himanshu is mad at you.
No, I'm not. I love those guys, dude. Those guys are so nice. Those guys give so much money to EA and Ubisoft and Activision. I'm so happy. I love it. Those guys are the pillars of what gaming is. Gaming could not exist without those people. But
yes.
But it doesn't hurt to try a free game. Like, it really doesn't hurt. So just try it.
It's funny. I own 4 out of 6 of those games. So this month for me is pretty lackluster, but I think it is one of the better months of PS Plus in recent memory that I can think of. Lords of the Fallen's the other PS4 game, and it's pretty much like a Dark Souls light. It's nowhere near on the pedestal of the Souls games, but it's worth a shot if you want to dabble into that type of game.
Interesting.
And then Datura I haven't played or anything, but I've heard good things about that too.
Yeah, I only own Amnesia on this list. Obviously, I'm Himanshu. Yeah. Of course, I only own Amnesia. What the fuck?
But you played Journey.
yeah, I've played Journey.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a pretty decent month. So enjoy it. But if you don't like any of those games and you still want to play free games because you're just a fucking curmudgeon, Overwatch is going to be free from September 9th to September 12th on PS4 and Xbox One.
Segue. Yes.
And that was a really good segue.
It was. But yeah, perfect timing because I don't know why you've been holding out, but just get into that free time and play it because you'll be thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, it's great. It's a fantastic game. It's one of the year's best games. So if it's free, just try it. Like, what are you losing? I don't understand.
Right.
Just fucking
My goodness,
play it.
How it runs perfectly too for being an online game. Like Blizzard just knows how to make perfect experiences that don't mess up. Like my computer stuff, which messes up all the time. But nice. Blizzard knows how to get around that. So
yeah, Overwatch free once again, September 9th to September 12th. Oh, well, that was gross. I'm sorry.
Spin up a little bit there.
I just had a hiccup, It's weird. It doesn't usually happen. PlayStation, the company, our Lord and Saviors, PlayStation will be holding a meeting event thing on September 7th, the day I go back to school at 3 p.m. Eastern Time at the PlayStation Theater in New York City. As per Brandon Orselli from Niche Gamer, all we know is that the company will share details about PlayStation business. The event will be live streamed, so you'll be able to watch it at your leisure. It's worth reiterating that these events are usually for revealing new hardware. The previous PlayStation meeting was back in 2013, and the company revealed the original PlayStation 4.
Hail to Shuhei, full of grace and truth.
I mean, I don't really go that far ever. Shuhei's a cool guy.
He has like a cult following of acolytes that just bend to his will.
It's weird. It's uncomfortable. It's comforting. I can't even fucking speak anymore, boys.
The man doesn't do anything except look pretty, and he gets followers. So
yeah,
but he's such an awesome guy. But anyway, that event totally is going to show the leaked Slim. It's what we've confirmed. Well, not confirmed, but it has to be there. It'll probably be released very soon. And then, of course, the Neo. Something has to be said about this thing.
Yeah, so the Slim leaked. That's the next news story. Is the PlayStation Slim is a thing.
Oh man, if you.
Yep. And it's fucking ugly. Opinion me. Yeah, I don't like. Why didn't they just keep the original like design concept? I don't understand. Like
it is the original, except it's not matted on top.
Yeah, it's so ugly though. Like it's just so ugly.
I think it's like 30% smaller. They've removed one of the audio.
Yeah, so there's no more digital audio. So if you're a fucking loser and you were using one of your Astro headsets, I'm sorry you're not supported anymore. But I'm sure Astro
you're screwed.
Astro will probably release like a USB dongle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks that you have to buy like an adapter. But just use.
Is that the little Is that the little thing that looks like it's square? The little.
Yes.
Okay, they're going away with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I run my surround sound through that, so I'm gonna have to find something else. But I'm keeping my PS4, so I don't have to worry. Yeah,
you're using your old PS4 anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I'll just buy a new soundboard anyway. But
we're getting also new DualShock controllers, which is interesting. The new DualShock controller looks pretty cool, actually. I like the light bar on top.
Yeah,
because like it removes. Okay, this is an Xbox 360 controller, but it removes the like if the light bar is here, if you want to see it, you have to go like this, which is really stupid. It removes that and just has it on top, which is nice. And I have an Xbox 360 controller because I use it for my PC. I'm not a traitor. I don't own any Xbox consoles.
Traitor. Fan war.
I actually really don't like this controller. Like, it sucks. I hate the 360 controller.
Dude, I'm the same one. The 360 or Xbox One. I don't care for it. Like, everybody praises the controllers.
Like, I just don't understand. Like, the DualShock is just a superior controller.
It is. I think I don't like the triggers. I don't like how clicky they are. I'm like, when I was over at my friend's house, James, I'm like, what is this? Click, 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 click. I mean, come on, man.
This D-pad is atrocious. The whole form factor, it's just like way too big. Maybe I just have small hands. No, I don't even have small hands. I have huge hands. Look at this.
Dude, you could palm a basketball with those hands.
Exactly. Like, these are Harambe hands is what it is.
And if this is Harambe has to come out. Bring out the memes, folks. Send us your best memes to PlayStationEnthusiast.com.
Yeah, but like, I have Harambe hands, and if I can't hold that controller, nobody can, basically. Anyway, we got way off track. PlayStation meeting, probably gonna have the Neo, probably gonna have the PlayStation Slim, not gonna have a new Vita. Stop. Just lower your expectations. It's not gonna happen. Otherwise, you're gonna fucking cry about it like you did about No Man's Sky. You know you are, so just shut the fuck up and go to bed, son.
Oh, that's a game I forgot to talk about. I did review that.
Oh, yeah. See? That's how memorable it is.
Yeah. Pretty much. I have more positive influence from it, but still, it's what it is.
Yeah. Thank God I didn't buy that game. I was like really close to bending my will and buying that on day one, and I was like, nope. I know this game is not going to be good. I know it's not going to be good. Yeah. I know it's not going to be good. And I was right.
But yeah, people asking for refunds though. It's just like, really? Come on, guys. I mean, you bought the game.
But honestly,
it's your fault.
Is it really their fault because they were lied to? Did you see the Sean Murray interviews? It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know where I stand on this. Yeah.
Like, it's different. Like, I don't ever refund any games on Steam, simply because if I make a mistake while buying it, that's on me. But if someone falsely advertises and then you buy it, that's on them. You can refund that.
He needs to come out and say, hey, we're, sorry about all this stuff. We're looking into this. We're going to get they've already patched the game multiple times. I'm sure they're going to do many more, but you're right. I mean, it's just that game had such a troubled history of coming out. They promised so many things and it just didn't work like that. Like, it's so ambitious that I respect it, but
then honestly, the worst part for me was when people were making excuses for Hello Games the day it launched, and when those two people were on the same planet. I know of someone, and I'm not going to name any names, who was like, no, the servers were just down, and like Hello Games, like they said the servers were down and it's okay and whatever. And I'm just like, the game doesn't work the way they said it was going to work. I don't understand, like, why are you defending
that?
Them?
Was pretty crappy, yeah.
Anyway, that's No Man's Sky, and that's also the PlayStation meeting. Let's move on to the next news story.
There's more?
Yes. So just quickly, if you haven't heard yet, there is the custom firmware for the PlayStation Vita. Yes, folks, they've finally done it. The Pirates have won. If you have firmware 3.6 or earlier, or 3.60 or earlier, you can use Henkaku and Vitamin to get free games. Those are not fake names. If you need more information, go to wololo.net. That's a real website. WOLOLO.net. It's like a website dedicated to giving you all the news about hacks and cheats. Hacks and cheats, boys.
Yep.
So
play your Mario on your Vita, folks.
Exactly. Wololo.net. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And let's close.
I love my Vita as is. I do not need Nintendo on my Vita.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
the option is there.
Maybe I'm like a privileged gamer at this point because I get a lot of my Vita games for free. But I don't know. Like I was buying tons of Vita games before this, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I've probably spent more money on Vita games than anything else in my life ever.
Vita has so many good games, and that's with the cross-buy too. I mean, it's awesome. PlayStation knows what they're doing with that.
And I mean, I don't regret. Like, I guess that's where I was going with this. I've spent so much money on my Vita. I don't regret a single penny, even if it was a game that I didn't even touch. I don't regret it because I know that it's probably a decent game. It's probably a Japanese game, and I bought it because the characters have boobs.
Senran Kagura, yeah. That's your jam right there.
Hell yeah, dude. Anyway, that is the news of the week. If you like that news, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can get it every week on Thursday. Hell yeah.
Boom. Yes.
Moving on, we have the new releases for August 30th. Hold on, let me just get a fact check.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
August new 30th. Releases for August 30th. For PS4, we have 140. That's it.
140.
140.
That's it. 140.
No one, like, can someone just I honestly want to find the studio's email and just email them and be like, really? Like, you really named your game 140?
That's the best could do.
That's the amount of effort you this is how much you cared about your game, is that you named it 140. Okay.
Hey. 140, man.
140. Assetto Corsa. Looks like a racing game. Probably is a racing game. Attack on Titan.
Yep.
Bears can't drift ? No, ! Pretty sure that's a kart racer. Binaries. Black and White Bushido. Claire, which is also cross-buy. Four-Sided Fantasy. Four-Sided Fantasy, review coming soon. I just have a lot of games to review right now. Give me a minute, okay?
Guy's busy, okay?
Yeah, but Four-Sided Fantasy coming soon. As soon as I boot up the game. God Eater 2 Rage Burst. God Eater 2 Rage Burst. That's a game that is not very good so far. Again, very preliminary thoughts. So far, not very good. Hatsune Miku Project Diva X. Unlike God Eater Rage Burst, that is a very good game. Josh, you want to tell us a little bit about Hatsune Miku Project Diva X, the best rhythm game ever?
I would have no interest whatsoever in this game, but the lovely man I'm talking to, Himanshu, is obsessed with this, and I was lucky enough to review it because I played Persona 4 Dancing All Night, and I love that. So I said, okay, I want some more rhythm action, and yeah, I have it I'm reviewing for the PS4, and yeah, it's great. The songs, like, it's not the stuff that you'd think I would be into, but it's just so catchy and goes so well with the button prompts and presses. It's worth your time if you're into the rhythm genre in any significant way.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I've been playing it a little bit on Vita. I think it's the weakest of the trilogy. And here's why.
There's only like 30 some songs.
There's only 30 songs, and like a lot of them are mixed up. Like, okay, there's this thing called melodies, which mixes like 4 or 5 songs, like 3, 4, or 5 songs, like short versions of them. And that's where all the best songs are for some reason. Like, all the most recognizable Miku music is in this melody format, which is just shitty. Like, I just want to play the song that everyone listens to, you know what I mean? Like, when I play Hatsune
Yeah, I
Miku,
get what you're saying.
the reason why I loved Hatsune Miku Project Diva F and Project Diva F Second so much is because it was unadulterated rhythm game goodness. It was just like a solid rhythm game with really good music and no fucking bullshit anywhere. You just load it in the game and there was a song like track list and you can play whichever you want at whatever difficulty you want and you could just like that was it. There was nothing else, no complications, no bullshit. And this one throws that all out of the window and it's like, here's a story, asshole. And now you have to collect crystals because this is Dragon Ball Z. And then like I don't
actually liked I don't have the previous games. I mean, I like that aspect. I thought they did a pretty good job overall, but I understand like mixing up the songs with the melodies. I wasn't all for that. Like, just keep it song to song.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like, just give me what I wanted. And Project Diva F or F Second was what I wanted, not this. Like, why did you have to change it? There was no reason. They were doing so good. And then they changed it and they were like, here, isn't this what you wanted? I'm like, no. No, I wanted what you gave me before, actually.
Well, yeah, I understand what you're saying. And then, like, I have to play the other games. I think I would be with you, though.
The staple songs are not in the game, like, The World Is Mine. Okay, so if you're like a Hatsune Miku fan, you'll understand what I mean.
It's down. You can download. It is DLC, though.
Yeah, but that's fucking bullshit.
Like, it is. It is.
You put that in the game.
But it is in the game. Yeah, put it in the base game. Yeah.
Like, anyone who has ever heard of Hatsune Miku knows the song The World Is Mine. And it was in the first game. I'm pretty sure it was in the second game in some capacity. And it's not in the third game?
Dude, the DLC list is out of control. Like...
And then they're charging, like, absurd prices for all of the songs. They're, like, $2 or $3. Or, like, I'm pretty sure some were, like, $5 for a single song. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. See, I got it all for free, so...
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no, like, season pass where you can just buy everything. It's just, like, you have to buy each song individually, and they're gonna, like, nickel and dime you, because this is apparently a mobile game, and that's what they're going after.
That's totally unnecessary.
I think Project Diva X is the weakest of the trilogy. Still a great game. Because it has that core...
gameplay alone.
Yeah, exactly.
The gameplay alone.
I think it's undeniably the best rhythm game on the market right now. Even if you include like Guitar Hero or Rock Band. It's just like the core is so good. It just has like a great bass. And it has amazing music.
Amplitude.
And they don't have to like... They don't have to deal with licensing issues. They don't have to deal with any of that because they just own the IP. So they can do whatever they want. They can take, fucking Ryo's song or they can take someone else's song. And that's absolutely fine because they own Hatsune Miku. So they don't have to deal with it. But
right,
like other rhythm games have that challenge and they don't. So that's like one less hurdle for their game to be amazing. And it is amazing every time. Except the stupid fucking story bullshit. I hate it! And then plus, I'm so irritated because PSN Profiles or PlayStation Trophies does not have a trophy guide up yet. And if you're on PSN Profiles or if you're at PlayStation Trophies, listen to me very carefully. There better be a fucking trophy guide really soon, or I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
This has been Himanshu's rant segment.
There we go. The next game on the list, Hue. I'm pretty sure someone's reviewing that, but I can't confirm it.
No, that Mosier guy.
Okay. I don't know who that is.
Thank you, Mosier.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, whoever you are.
Some random guy on our team.
The next game that looks a lot like Destiny for some reason, Live Lock. I'm pretty sure this is just a Destiny ripoff. Wait, let me confirm. Allow me to confirm.
Mechs. It's something with mechs.
Oh no, this is a... Oh, okay, this is a top-down shooter. Okay, this is not a Destiny... I take that back. It's not a Destiny ripoff. Looks like an Alienation ripoff.
Come on, man. Gradius ripoff.
The next game, Nebulos. Cool. The next game, One Way Trip. Oh, interesting game. Review coming soon.
One Way Trip to Hell.
If you're gonna buy One Way Trip for $14.99, spend the extra $5 and get a dime of weed, because you're gonna need it. Resident Evil 4. This game, a lot of people like it. I've never played a Resident Evil game in my life. I have no intention of playing one.
Oh, man. Just play this one. If you play any, just play Resident Evil 4.
It's just, here's the thing.
And
I have the same problem.
No. I take that back. Play Resident Evil Remastered for PS4.
But like,
just play that game.
The tank controls.
It isn't tank, though.
I just can't play it.
They remade the controls, so
okay.
It's fixed. So go back and play it. That game is so good. So good.
Maybe I will. Someday I'll play Resident Evil. Honestly, I don't like the Resident Evil aesthetic. I'm more of like a Silent Hill type of guy. Just based on aesthetic alone. Like, I don't know anything about Resident Evil, but like it just always seemed too brash and actiony for me, and I kind of like that cerebral, psychedelic kind of weird horror that Silent Hill was.
Well, I tell you what. The original Resident Evil remake goes with that survival horror theme really well. The 4s might be too more actiony for you, but yeah, at least give that a try.
Cool, will do. The next game on the list: Rockets.
Rockets. Ride the red rocket.
Then the next game on the list: Strike Vector EX. Now, okay, here's the thing, Josh. I have a code for Strike Vector EX. Would you like to review it?
Is this an on-air, actually? Would you take this review?
Like, do you want it?
You don't want it?
Do you want it? No, I don't want it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, I'll send you the code
just message
right after this.
Okay. I'm sort of low on the moment, so...
I keep telling myself I have to ask Josh if he wants this. I have to ask Josh. And then I keep forgetting, so I might as well ask you right now. You know?
There you go. On air. You heard it. Possibly. Maybe. Check. 1, 2. He's back. I hear something.
I'm back again.
Okay.
All right. So Josh gets Strike Vector EX, and you'll get a review from him soon. The next game on the list is The Final Station. The Final Station.
The Final Station. No, that game looks really cool, actually.
Yeah. It looks interesting. And the last game on the list is Verdun. I have a friend who talks about this game all the fucking time.
So it came out before.
It's been on PC for a long time, apparently.
Yeah.
But it's like a trench World War I shooter, I think. I could be wrong.
That sounds so boring.
But like apparently it's really good, and it's like co-op. So if you're into that sort of stuff, it could be cool. It's only $20, so give it a shot. My friend raves about it all the time. I don't think he even knows that it's on PS4. I should tell him.
It is now.
It is now. On PS3, we have also Attack on Titan and Mafia 2 Remaster.
Why? Well, I guess Mafia 3 comes out soon, so that's why they would remaster it.
Mafia, another franchise that I've never played a game out of.
Nah, Grand Theft Auto is where it's at.
You know how I feel about Grand Theft Auto, right?
Yes, and you know how I feel about Grand Theft Auto.
And we don't need to get into this right now.
No, I don't want another rant segment.
another one. I can do this. I have so many rants. Like that's what my composition is. I'm just made of rants. On the PS Vita, we have Attack on Titan again.
Buy it.
I'm pretty sure it's actually cheaper on PS. Yes, it's $10 cheaper on PS Vita. So if you're fucking cheap, buy it on the PS Vita.
Or if you're Brett,
buy it on Brett. The Vita. And then we also have Claire, which is cross-buy. This game looks really, really cool. So
I'm telling you, I'm reviewing it actually for another site, and and I think it'd be up your alley.
Up my alley.
Horror. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a retro look, but yeah, it's very interesting. It sort of has that Silent Hill vibe to it, honestly.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? This game reminds me of that game that came out. Holy shit, what the fuck was that game called? There's another game. Is it
another game that looks like it?
Yeah. And
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name for the love of me. But I think it's better than that.
Better? That game was really good.
I think it's better. Yeah, I think this one has more like an exploration aspect to it.
Okay.
It's pretty neat.
All right, well, I'll check it out. And then the last game on the list, we have Hatsune Miku Project Diva X on the PS Vita.
What?
And if you buy the retail version, it comes with this cool sleeve. But if I had the sleeve here, I would show you, but I don't know where I put it.
Let them find out.
Yeah, but it's cool. And then there's like this really cool sale, and I'm just scrolling through it right now, and I'm going to pick a random game and I'll tell you the price. And One Piece Burning Blood is $27.99. That's it. That's all you get.
The Witness is $23.99 and totally worth that price. It's worth $40 even.
Unless you hate Jonathan Blow.
Unless you are totally opposed to Jonathan Blow.
All right. And so that's all the games that came out this week. So if you like games, you can go buy them. But
by the time this episode is out, it'll probably be about the next game. Next week.
Exactly. So I think I'm actually just going to put this up this weekend because I realized that. This would be really out of date if you put it on Thursday. So yeah. What else? Did you do anything else special in the past 6 fucking weeks, Josh?
No, man. Just kept up with the job, gotta keep these articles coming up, and because some people don't keep their some of these people don't keep up with it. Yep, exactly. With my awesome revenue,
some people just fucking disappear off the face of the planet and come back and they're like, hey, what I miss, guys?
Yeah. I'm back. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
So yeah, I watched Kingslave, Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yeah.
The night before yesternight. And it is very good, actually. It's really, really good. Did you read the review?
Did you read the review our site gave it?
No.
Because I think you'll have some ranting to do upon the review score.
I actually, I'm gonna be very honest and candid to our listeners right now, because I know that anyone who's listening at like 50 or 60 minutes in, wherever we are right now,
this is bonus coverage.
Is a psychopath anyway.
They could have skipped
I just don't trust the guy who reviewed it, to be honest. I just don't. Like, I look at his face and I'm like, you know what? I just don't trust you.
That what I mean? That profile picture is really weird. I have.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
like
to admit.
It's like, I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into this, but like, sometimes you're walking down
We
the
still
street
love you.
and you see that guy and you're like, not that guy, but you see a guy and you're like, man, you just look like a fucking asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the feeling that I have. So I don't know.
I don't want to get on anybody's bad side, but
I mean,
I
I'm absolutely okay with getting on people's bad side.
Well.
So, so yeah, like that's just how I feel. Whether I'm right or wrong, he could be the nicest guy on the fucking face of the planet, and I wouldn't know. But at the end of the day, I feel how I feel.
So yeah, the review didn't strike a chord for you. Is it a buy if you're into Final Fantasy 15 or not?
I think
regardless?
Okay, so I've been thinking about this all day. Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15 is the embodiment of everything that Final Fantasy fans want in a movie, and it is perfectly executed as such. It has emotional highs and lows, not like major highs and lows, but it's like, okay, so I think most people have a problem with the structure of the movie. And the reason why I'm not okay with that is because this movie is part of an ongoing, like, it's like part of a different universe. Like, this is something that we haven't seen before. We've seen it with Final Fantasy VII, but this is something that's unique to video games. This movie is not a movie. It is a movie that exists within the universe of a video game. So you have to take into account the other stuff. You have to take into account that there is a game being made. You have to take into account that there's an anime. You have to take into account that there are like 6 fucking mobile games at this point. And like the other stuff that's coming out around Final Fantasy 15. And if you have a problem with the structure of the movie because it's not like a 3-act structure, well, guess what? This release is irregular. And you would expect the movie to have an irregular structure. So I think that's the major point of contention for a lot of the critics. And I get it, but it's not like a movie. It's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be something that keys you in on the lore. It's supposed to be something that puts you in the mindset of the universe. It's supposed to be something that builds the base in which the game builds off of. And I think that it does that really well. And I think that it is almost like fan service in some ways for all of the Final Fantasy fans over the years. It reminds me of like Crisis Core in that it's has these giant action sequences, and then like, I don't want to spoil anything, and then like the emotional low, and then another giant action sequence, and it's just like, it's something that Final Fantasy fans are so used to at this point, like that type of storytelling. And I think that type of storytelling is not seen in normal everyday media or like any other franchise for that matter. And I think that's why so many people were off put by it. But I think for Final Fantasy fans, it's a fantastic movie. And that it should be seen. 100% it should be seen.
So you're pretty much saying it's Final Fantasy Spirits Within. No, I'm just kidding.
Woo!
No, I probably won't buy it. It looks fantastic though. I will say that. I'm done with Final Fantasy 15 overall until reviews start coming out and I hear more about it. So I'm not as invested into this movie, but I get what you're saying. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, you will like this regardless.
Yeah.
So I'll reserve judgment until I see it, but
I feel like right now I'm on a lonely island. Like the island is inhabited by like me and Alexa Ray Korea, and that's really just about it.
It's like the Island, only lonelier.
Yeah, it's really lonely on Final Fantasy 15 Island. It's just like me, Tim Geddes, and Alexa Ray Korea, and that's really it. That's it. That's it.
Yep.
But yeah, and for the record, I bought this movie twice. I bought it on iTunes. Okay, so here's the thing with this. This is the reason more. Okay, I was more pissed off about the 2 month delay because I wasn't able to see the movie instead of not being able to play the game. And here's why. The movie officially comes out on like October 4th on Blu-ray or something, but for the people who bought the deluxe edition of the game, me, which comes with the anime, the movie, and the game, you don't get access to the movie until the game comes out, which is now the end of November. So, and to make it even worse, Canadians don't have any screenings of Kingsglaive in all of Canada. So we had literally no other option as opposed to buying the movie twice, once on iTunes, Amazon, or PSN, whatever your poison was, and once with the deluxe edition of the game if that was what you wanted to buy. So basically, they screwed over their Canadian fans who wanted to buy the deluxe edition of the game. So now I'm contemplating whether I should even buy the deluxe edition of the game or if I should cancel that.
That's up to you, man. You're the biggest Final Fantasy fan I know, so I think you should just go with it. Honestly,
I was like tempted to email one of our PR peoples and be like, "Hey, man, why'd you guys fuck us over like this?"
Yeah, that game, I just don't know what to think, man. I don't know. I don't care. It's been so long. I just don't care anymore.
When I heard about the delay, I was actually so infuriated that I almost started crying. Because I was like, no, it's all coming true. They're right. This game is going to suck. I fucking hate everyone. And then, like, I lost all faith. And then I watched Kingsglaive, and it's all back. I love it. I'm so excited for the game. I'm so excited for the game.
I want the game to be good. The signs aren't there. I'm just very worried.
Even if the game sucks, even, like, if the gameplay sucks, the narrative is going to be solid. I think the story is actually going to be solid because of the base of Kingsglaive. It's such a fantastic foundation that I don't think they can fuck up the narrative of the game in any way.
Yeah. I'm just worried about the main characters more.
I like
I don't know. I don't jive with it.
I think it, honestly, I don't want to seem like an asshole. I really don't, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to seem like an asshole as much as I come across as one. I think it's like a generational gap. Honestly.
Probably.
Like,
I am old, people.
Honestly, no one that I know who likes or who's like super invested into old retro games or like Final Fantasy 6, 7, etc.
Yeah.
No one likes the designs of the characters. People like me who are like kind of, for lack of a better term, millennials, we seem to all like it. So I think it's really just a generational gap.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm very vocal. You liked Final Fantasy 13. I despise that game. That game made me lose a lot of faith with the brand overall because it just doesn't live up to that same great to awesome foundation. I just feel like it's good at best.
Yeah,
and that's when I look at Final Fantasy, I want greatness. I mean, nothing less is good enough.
I think it's okay to feel that way if you're a fan, but if you're a critic, you shouldn't be feeling that way because it is literally saying that I will never judge this game without bias at all, ever.
Yeah.
It's literally saying that if this game is not amazing, it can fuck off. And to me, that is probably the worst thing you could say as a critic.
The problem is this game it's just been so long that people are going to look to rip it to shreds. Like,
yeah,
and small things. That's the problem.
I think, like, I'm not the type of guy who's like, oh, the media is out to get DC and they're all Marvel fanboys and nah. But
we are.
Honestly, like, aside from the whole structural thing that I explained earlier, I think there is a little bit of like ingrained negativity. Like, people kind of want this game to fail for some reason. and I think that's why the movie's reviewing so badly. Like, it has like a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, it's not
that low,
that bad. It's not. It's like even if I wasn't a fan of the series at all, even if I wasn't a fan of the series at all, a 7%? Are you kidding me? Like, that literally means people went on that site, rated it a 0, and they probably didn't even watch the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, you can't really go by that. Just if you're into it, just watch it yourself and determine yourself. Like, come on.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of fanboyism. There's a lot of just general vitriol and hate. And I contribute. I definitely contribute to that sometimes.
I think it's because there are so many diehard fans, though, that just want this game to succeed, but then they're just being let down and again. And
I think that's a cop-out. I think there are just legitimately evil people out there. And maybe it's because I spend too much time on the internet or I play competitive games, so I kind of just see those people more often. But there are so many just assholes online. There really just are. It's just so sad. Like, can't you just enjoy life? Can't you just enjoy the movie for what it is? No, you have to go on Rotten Tomatoes and rate it a 0.
Or Metacritic, yeah.
Yeah. Even worse. Oh, I found the pouch. I just realized the pouch. Here's the Hatsune Miku pouch.
Deep in the depths of his bed, he found the pouch.
It was actually just sitting on my desk, and I didn't even realize.
The bowels of the basement of Himanshu.
That completely false.
Lurks a great presence.
But yeah, I think that is the podcast for this week. If you guys don't know, this is the PlayStation Enthusiast Podcast. We do this every week, unless we're on a hiatus like we were for the past 6 weeks. Which can happen at any time. Which can happen at any time, with or without notice. So what you should do is, to keep up with us, go follow us on Twitter. You can find me at Senor Browncat. That's SENORBROWNCAT. Where can they find you, Josh?
I'm at minus the Brant. MINUSTHEBRANT.
Yeah, and you can read all of our stuff over at enthusiast.gg, where you can also make an account for yourself and start earning money, bruh.
That's it. You can earn money.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep that in mind.
Is there anything else we need to say?
Anything housekeeping? No. Just go to our site, check out the material, subscribe, do what you can.
Click that like button, share the podcast, listen to the podcast, masturbate to the podcast.
We're like I said, we came back. Masturbate to our beards, yes. We came back for you, the fans. So if you like it, just please leave us a comment. If you don't, if there's something that bothers you or you want to see, please leave us a comment.
If you need to reach one of us, you can either do so through Twitter or you can email me directly at Himanshu, HIMANSHU, at enthusiast, ENTHUSIAST.GG. That's an email address. You put it in the email bar. Here's what you do. You go on gmail.com. You log into your email, and then you click compose, and then you write in the to box himanshu.enthusiast.gg, and then in the subject you write yes, I have question, and then you in the description you write what your question is, and then you click send. And that email will come to me, and we'll read it on the podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.